Okay, so our last speaker is Ian Blenkinsop from the City of Bristol Choir. So words meticulous and fine attention to detail spring to mind when I was speaking to Ian. He finely tunes their itinerary. Their focus is solely on the performances and the quality of those performances. And in order to have that confidence when they arrive on tour, he is a huge advocate of running an inspection trip. It means that he's able to visit the location prior to the tour. He's able to enter the venues to see where the stage is, where the audience will sit, what sight lines are like, what rehearsal time there will be available, how, the nuances of the organ. And our team worked really closely with him to deliver very high quality tours. So we look forward to hearing your advice.
Hi, you hearing me?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, just to tell you a little bit more about City of Bristol Choir. We're a fully auditioned choir of about 90 members, and we tour on a 2-year cycle. So basically, I start planning the next tour the minute the first one finishes. And what I want to talk about today really is the importance of getting as much of your preparation work out of the way before you get on the plane or coach to go to your destination. And that actually starts from the minute, even before you ask your members for money, for a deposit. Because if you want to have a successful group, you need to have your members buy in from the earliest possible moment. And that means taking them somewhere where they actually want to go. So what we will normally do is I will identify with Rayburn 2 or 3 potential venues, maybe different price points, get a rough quote, it won't be right. And I will say to the members, where do you fancy going? And I will literally market research it. And only when I get past that, and I know I've got a destination where people are going to be interested, only then do I start talking in detail to Rayburn. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask for deposits from these people. Have a system to track your group size and your payments, because people will join, people will withdraw, people will pay money in stages occasionally. If you haven't got a system, you'll get lost very quickly and you won't have a clue when it comes to the balance how much you're asking people for. Okay, you've now got your venue, you started asking for deposits. Start talking to Rayburn about where you're going to sing. If you're touring for the first time, use your coordinator to the absolute maximum. They've organized tours in these places all the time. They know the venues, but on top of that, do your own research. Find out about the venues they're asking you to go. For example, if you're not happy singing a cappella, then going to a venue where there isn't a decent organ or piano is probably not going to be the wisest option. So again, plan your venues before. And then the most important thing, and I'm going to talk a lot about this, is the pre-inspection visit, because it can save you so much trouble later on. What I'll do is I will book a room in the tour hotel. And Rayburn normally find me a very nice rate on this one. So do that through Rayburn. I did actually have one hotel in Spoleto that comped my room, which was even better. And that means if you do that, you know what the hotel's like, you know what the rooms are like. And when somebody comes up to you on the first night and says, where's breakfast in the morning, you know where it is. And then visit all the venues and make sure you're talking to somebody senior enough to make decisions for them. Because what I want to know when I get in there is, we are a fully auditioned choir. We pride ourselves on strength of performance. I want to be in a building 2 hours before the concert time at least. And I want my organist in there at least an hour before that, because he is going to need that time to do it. We're going to need that time to rehearse and get changed. Practical things. Are there loos? Can the choir get changed at the venue? What are they looking for by way of performance? Do they want 60 minutes? Do they want 2 by 30 minutes? Are you singing in a mass? If you're singing in a mass, Do they want a sung mass and motets? Do they want just motets? If you don't know this stuff up front, you're going to struggle. Make sure your accompanist can use the organ and have a good look at the organ. We went to one place in the Rhine Valley where I discovered that there was no effective sight line for our organist to where the conductor was going to have to stand, because your conductor by and large will not be standing where a choir master stands. And organs are normally set up for ease of the choir master, not somebody standing in the nave conducting 40 people singing from a set of altar steps. And this particular place, we actually had to take, we borrowed some CCTV equipment so we could actually have our organist with his own camera, and he could see it, and we could actually use the organ in that church, which we wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. If I had not done the inspection visit, I wouldn't have known about that until it was too late. And I've seen that happen to other touring groups where their organist has not been able to have an effective see of where his conductor is. And this choir got totally out of sync, organ and choir, because the organist couldn't see what was happening and couldn't fully hear what the choir was singing. Your organist also, if you do this, your organist will love you if you take pictures. Take pictures of the manuals, the stops, the connectors, the pedals, because that will save him, a good half hour or so just setting the organ up, because he'll know what capabilities he's going to have. Again, coming back to repertoire, if you're singing in a Catholic church, will they want to approve your concert program? A lot of them do, and they will be expecting sacred music only. They will certainly, by and large, want program approval for a mass performance. Also, I mean, it's not all about the gig; it's about the venue, the destination as well. If you're there for 3 or 4 days, you can have a good nose round. You can find some decent restaurants. One of the decisions you make at the start, which I should have mentioned, was, are you going to go half board or bed and breakfast? Our own members are very, very independently minded, and they don't particularly want group meals. We might have a group meal, say, if we're going to a venue outside the resort, and it's impractical to have dinner after the concert or get back to the base. So I'll organise a group meal after the concert in the concert location, and then we just get a late coach back. So, and again, where are the main bar areas? I mean, this obviously, we're an adult choir, so it's perhaps not so important for schools to know about this. And I can see a situation where a schoolmaster might perhaps not want their kids to know where the good bar venues are, and I'm sure, but I can tell you that our members certainly do.
Ian, I think just from listening to you, it's obvious that preparation is absolutely key. Sorry to interrupt you. We just need to keep on schedule. Preparation is key. Just wrapping up. It all sounds like a huge amount of work, but the more you get sorted before you go, the less hassle you're going to have when you actually get there.